The number on her phone was 481. 3 days earlier, she had checked it herself. It was 791. 6 years of careful saving. No missed payments. No debt. A mortgage application she had spent 3 years preparing for. The loan officer's voice was calm. Professional. Your application has been denied based on your current credit profile. Serena sat in the bank parking lot and pulled up her full credit report. 6 credit cards. She had never opened a single one. Total outstanding balance, $52,400. Every account had been opened using her name, her social security number, and the precise details she had handed over, willingly, without a second thought, to exactly one person 2 years earlier. What she did with that information, no one who knew her saw it coming. Serena was 31 years old and had spent 6 years building a financial life she was quietly proud of. She was a senior financial analyst, the kind of work where you track other people's money, so you become meticulous about your own. She had a 5-year savings plan and a folder on her desktop simply labeled House. She and Jade had been best friends since sophomore year of college. Roommates twice. Each other's emergency contacts. The kind of close where you don't discuss the key to each other's apartment, you just have it. Jade was the spontaneous one. Always a little stretched financially, but always good for it. When she needed a cosigner for a car loan 2 years ago, Serena didn't hesitate. "You're saving me," Jade had said. Serena remembered smiling. That's what 12 years is for. She filled out the cosigner paperwork at Jade's kitchen table. Full name. Date of birth. Social security number. Employer. She signed it and handed it back without making a copy, something she would think about later. There was one detail she hadn't pieced together yet. When she finally did, it reframed everything that came before it. 6 months after Serena co-signed the loan, Jade sent an odd text. "Hey, have you gotten any weird mail? Like bank stuff?" Serena hadn't. Jade said it was nothing, just some bank mix-up I'm dealing with. Serena didn't think twice. She told herself it meant nothing. About 14 months in, Jade's responses slowed to days instead of hours. Then she mentioned she was moving. Seattle. Fresh start energy, she said. I'll visit. She never did. She told herself it was just life. 17 months after the co-signing, a debt collector called. Her name. Her address. An account number she didn't recognize. Serena disputed it as fraud. The caller apologized and said it would be investigated. The call stopped. She told herself it was resolved. 3 weeks before the mortgage denial, 3 weeks, a credit card statement arrived in the mail. A card she'd never opened. A $4,400 balance. She almost threw it away. She set it on the kitchen counter instead. She told herself she'd call the bank on Monday. She never got to Monday. The mortgage denial came on a Thursday afternoon. Serena sat in the parking lot for 23 minutes. She counted them. She opened her credit report and the screen loaded slowly, the way things do when you're about to see something you can't unsee. 481. 6 accounts. 2 Visas. 2 MasterCards. A department store card. A travel rewards card. All opened within a 24-month window. Total, $52,418. She scrolled through the addresses. 4 were places she'd never heard of. 1 was in Seattle. She drove home. She didn't call Jade. She didn't text. She didn't reach out to ask if maybe there had been some misunderstanding. She opened her laptop and found the file she was looking for. The cosigner paperwork. Her full name. Her date of birth. Her social security number. The document she'd filled out at Jade's kitchen table, trusted fully to a woman she had called her best friend for 12 years, without ever making a copy. The first fraudulent account had been opened 4 days after the co-signing. She had 87 days before the statute window closed on the oldest account. And she knew exactly how she was going to use every one of them. Serena spent the first 2 weeks doing what she did at work, building a timeline. Every account, every opening date, every transaction, printed, sorted, color-coded by card. She cross-referenced merchant categories. Some charges were ordinary, groceries, utilities, streaming services. Others were not. A $3,200 furniture store charge in Seattle. A $1,100 spa visit. A $4,400 jewelry purchase, 3 days before Christmas. Jade had been furnishing an apartment on Serena's credit, building a new life, in a new city, on someone else's trust. Serena built a 43-page documentation package. Executive summary on the front page. Full transaction records behind it. Opening dates tied precisely back to the cosigner paperwork. A timeline that made the case clear in 11 minutes. She filed an FTC identity theft report. Placed fraud alerts with all 3 credit bureaus. Then she hired a fraud attorney. When she walked in and set the folder on his desk, he was quiet for a long moment. "You've done most of my job for me," he said. That cosigner document, the one she'd signed without keeping a copy, it had felt like a gap in her case. But the car loan lender still had the original on file. Her attorney subpoenaed it. The first fraudulent account and the co-signing date were 4 days apart. The SSN matched. The Seattle address matched. Every single account traced back to the same document she'd handed over at Jade's kitchen table. 87 days after the mortgage denial, Serena submitted her evidence package to the district attorney's office. Jade was arrested 4 months later at her Seattle apartment. 6 counts of criminal identity theft. A felony in both states. The DA used Serena's 43-page documentation package almost verbatim in the charging documents. Jade's attorney requested a plea deal. The DA declined. At sentencing, the judge ordered full restitution, $52,418, plus $8,300 in legal fees, plus interest. Every fraudulent account was removed from Serena's credit report within 30 days. Her score returned to 791 within 60 days. The furniture. The spa. The jewelry. 2 years of Jade's Seattle life, built entirely on Serena's social security number, her credit history, and 12 years of trust. The restitution came in over 14 months. Total, $60,718. Serena used it as her down payment. She bought the house. The one she had been denied, because of Jade, she bought because of Jade. After sentencing, her attorney asked if she had ever confronted Jade during those 87 days. Called her, texted her, reached out at all. Serena thought about it for a moment. "No," she said. "I didn't need to. The folder said everything I wanted to say. And it said it in a language a judge understands." Inspired by true events shared with our community. If her story hit home, subscribe. We share stories like this every week. And if someone has ever used your trust against you, tell us in the comments. You're not alone.